So your kit's gonna come to your home directly like this in this nice little box. As you open up the kit, you're gonna find in here a nice, easy to use recipe packet. What's perfect about this kit is how it's packed. You get this beautiful kit with this nice inner liner. Everything is so easy to use, everything's pre-labeled for you. We have our Parmesan crust for our Delmonicos. This is our homemade whipped cream, that's probably for dessert. That's gonna go on our, oh, look at that, chocolate mousse crunch bars are right there. Then we have our jumbo asparagus, scalloped potatoes, obviously that's another one of our sides. Oh man, look at these. In this kit you have beautiful 2 16-ounce Delmonico steaks. And I'm so excited to show you how we're gonna make this nice and easy for you at home. So here we have our asparagus and our scalloped potatoes. We have pre-seasoned our asparagus with salt and pepper and a little bit of olive oil. We have our scalloped potatoes ready. All we're gonna do is we're gonna cover our scalloped potatoes. We're gonna put these into the oven for about 25 minutes, and then 10 minutes after these go in the oven, we're gonna put our asparagus in because we don't wanna have our asparagus overcooked, so I'm gonna take these scalloped potatoes, I'm gonna put them in the oven. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna open up these beauties. This is really the star of the show here. The way they're packed is amazing. You have them individually wrapped steaks, and they're also in nice butcher wrap paper as well. So we're just gonna open these up and we're gonna put these on our sheet pan and get these all out of the way. And then we're gonna get into that steak. We really don't wanna pierce the steak, so we wanna try to get the opening from the top of the steak. And we're gonna take the second one out. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna season our steaks. Generously season with salt and pepper. Always use your fresh cracked pepper if it's available. And we've got to make sure we season both sides. So all we're going to do is we're going to flip it over. And we're going to season the other side of the steak. Very simply. Always go up a little bit higher than lower. Get a little bit more even distribution of your salt as well as your pepper. So our pan is nice and hot. We're gonna lower it down a little bit. We're gonna take some canola oil, put it in the pan. Once the oil starts to smoke a little bit, you know the oil is hot enough. I want you to make sure you put them in the pan and put the steaks away from you when they go down in the pan. This way, if there's any backsplash of oil, it's gonna go away from you and not on you so you don't get burned. Again, we're gonna take both steaks, put them in the pan and away from you, and we're gonna let those steaks sit. We don't wanna touch the steaks. We wanna get a nice good caramelization on those steaks. Maybe 2 to 3 minutes each side. And just remember when we go to turn it, we're gonna turn it away from us and back into the pan and get a good sear on the other side of that steak. Our Delmonicos have been sitting for about a minute or so, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our beautiful Parmesan crust that's in this container, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna mound the Parmesan crust on top of our steaks, on each one of the steaks. You gotta remember this has been sitting for about 20 minutes, so it's nice and pliable and easy to work with. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna take our Parmesan crust and we're gonna just mound it on top of our steaks just like this. So it's gonna form a crust when it goes into the oven and get nice and golden brown. So remember our oven's at 400 degrees. We have our scalloped potatoes and asparagus in there. We're actually gonna pull the asparagus out now once we put the steaks in. Now our steaks are cooked to the right temperature and doneness that we need. We have our Parmesan crust on top. I took the time to set our oven to the low broil. I'm gonna take the steaks, I'm gonna place them on the top rack of the oven. We wanna keep that steak in there for probably 3 to 4 minutes to get a nice golden brown on that Parmesan crust, and then we're ready to serve and eat.